spoiler bits, David.
Okay, let's get into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, skip ahead. Maybe I think we'll probably talk for about 10 minutes or so.
Probably more.
And yeah, probably.
Polarizing opinions here.
But yeah, and again, I think you should go see the movie. Don't get spoiled from this, and then just come back and listen to it. Okay, all right. You've been warned. Now we're in spoiler territory. Okay.
What are some of the things you're talking about?
Okay, so
the meta things.
Okay, the meta things. First of all, the whole thing about the ghost having big boobs. That's clearly a call to, they're all girls now, so they're gonna make the ghost.
Again, that was in the trailer. That's no surprise.
No. But that's part of. They knew when they announced, "Hey, we're gonna make a Ghostbusters movie with an all-female cast." People were like, "What? It's the same thing with it's the same.
It's making Chris Hemsworth's character the stupid meathead. Which is it's like flipping the gender roles,
right?
Which is fine.
That's meta. Yeah. That's making fun of the fact that I'm sure they get a lot of pushback on it.
Yeah,
Here's an additional part. They talk about the YouTube comments, and Kristen Wiig even says something like, "These bitches can't hunt ghosts," and I'm like, they pulled that from a comment on YouTube.
Oh, probably.
And then I thought about this, and I was like, if this was part of the writing, and they thought about like the backlash that would happen, I was like, this is so meta. Okay. So there's this whole idea when the trailer came out. The movie sucks. I haven't seen it, but the movie sucks. I know it's going to suck. I'm a Ghostbusters fan. It's going to suck. Doesn't matter what the movie is. I'm going to boycott it. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know anything about it other than the trailer. It's terrible. Throughout this movie, the Ghostbusters are constantly told, "Hey, we know you're doing a good job, but we can't let anybody know that. You're a fraud. You're not correct. You're incorrect." That's the whole backlash, right? Nobody saw it, and they're like, it doesn't matter, even if it is good. Even 76 on Rotten Tomatoes, it's still terrible, and that's part of it.
Are you telling me that, David?
Huh?
Are you telling me that like why I think it's terrible, even though it's
no, but I'm saying that's no. I think most people can. I think you at least can see the good parts in it. I think you have problems.
Yeah. There's a bunch of funny moments, like you said. I like their other backstories, and they have all their own separate. They have all something to bring to the table to help each other out. It's a team.
Right. I get that. Yeah, but I thought about that, and I was like, whoa, if that was really where they were going, like that's pretty impressive. I don't think that's I don't know. It could be good writing. You never know. But it's on the nose. You know what I mean? Like
but in the story, it made sense. Like we don't want to induce mass hysteria, all that kind of stuff. All this paranormal activity and.
No, I agree, but it also could play into that, like writing.
Maybe you're looking a little more.
We'll go to the what is it called, the DVD commentary or whatever, the Blu-ray commentary. I do want to talk about some of the scenes that I really, really, really loved. They did keep, because the original Ghostbusters, we'll get into this, had some really like actually scary moments, like not for kids, like kind of
a little jumpy.
Yeah, and like there's a couple scenes in this that are like kind of terrifying. Like I'm not. I
think Sarah jumped when this is in the trailer, because again they ruined the trailer. Ruined movies.
We're in spoiler territory, so you're okay.
No, I'm just saying like this was in the trailer, but when like the ghost throws up.
I jumped.
Wig, yeah, Sarah jumped.
I did. I was like, oh god, like I didn't expect because just the.
Do you know why I didn't jump, David? Because I saw it in the trailer.
So did I, but I'm saying it's still just
it's those moments. But.
No, but like the very first scene with I love the guy from Silicon Valley.
The Office. And
The Office.
Gabe,
he's in it.
This guy. Yeah.
Gabe. Yeah. He's in it, and it was great. Like that whole scene was kind of creepy. Like it had the door, and then the door shakes, and the screaming. Like that's not for kids. Like that's creepy. Like that's kind of an homage to the original, because the original has like the terror dogs are freaky and like the whole Zool thing. I love that. I love the chemistry between Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. I love their stuff. The problem is that they gave away like one of the best chemistry moments in that entire movie is the okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's like
hilarious. But
that should have not been in the trailer. Like that is almost one of the funniest. But like a lot of people, and I've watched some reviews, are like, how do they figure out all their powers to all of these proton packs? They don't know what they're doing. She's like flying it like a broom, and then she's punching ghosts. And I'm like, it's a Ghostbusters movie. Like it's a superhero movie.
The only thing I didn't like about all that stuff is
they blew up a whole. We'll get into the original, but they blew up like the ballroom, and then the next one it's like I don't know why everyone can't just like go watch the original.
My thing with like all those like different weapons and stuff, it's cool. Like it's different than just the proton pack, because that's all they had in the old ones, really.
Yeah.
But they had the gather, they had the fist thing, they had the grenades, which is kind of cool. The pistols.
Yeah, it's
the
fun.
thing I didn't like is the pacing was kind of off. She's like, "Oh, I did this, so let's try this out in the back alleyway," and it seemed like the next scene was like, "Oh, here's 6 new things I literally just invented." So the pacing was kind of weird.
Yeah,
but I did like, and you know what? They're gonna sell toys, so like, it makes sense.
Right.
But I did like all the ingenious ways they incorporated this the ghost technology into all these different kind of weapons and stuff. The part where she's like, "Now I gotta do my thing." The two, again, ruined the trailer, but when she licks the kind of,
I love that part.
That was pretty cool.
I love that whole scene with her. She was great.
Yeah.
And then like how it's RoboCop's back in her pack, even the trap was way cooler.
How
than
it shoots out the little
and then like
thing.
the flip thing.
Awesome.
Okay, first of all, that was awesome. Like, and the costumes are perfect. Like, we talk about like Catwoman in Batman, Dark Knight. No, wait, which one is it? Dark Knight Rises? Yeah, like the cat ears thing. Like, you can't.
They're not cat ears; they're goggles, but they happen to look like cat
but they're
ears.
MTA uniforms with the yellow, the banding, the orange banding, and then it looks great. Like, it looks like a Ghostbusters outfit. Like, I'm like, good job using real world, like, costume design. I love the way the proton packs look. I think they look cool.
Gritty.
I like the when they're in the college science room. I like when they're in their lab. I like that they're above the Chinese restaurant, and even the little jokes like with the this is too many. Like, I just want a normal ratio of wontons to soup. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I really, really, really liked it. The problem again is the freaking cameos. Like, it's just one after another. Like, hey,
some I thought were funny. Who were like, who are we gonna call? It's like Ghost Jumpers, like the show in the back. Like, that was hilarious.
Right, and this is one thing that I thought they were gonna kind of go down more, because when Ghostbusters came out, there wasn't shows like Taps and Ghost Hunters and all of that crap that was out there. And she's like, this is the reason that's ruining our science. And I was like, play into that. That should be a bigger part of the movie, but it's not, and that's fine. But like, Bill Murray's in it, Dan Aykroyd's in it. The only cameo that I thought was like, there's three, and the third one's
4. There's 5 total cameos.
No, but I'm saying 3 that I actually thought were good.
Oh, okay.
Ernie Hudson's character at the end was great.
The uncle, yeah,
great. That should have been the only cameo, and that would have been amazing. Second one is when they go to the hotel. It's the receptionist that was in the.
I love that.
That was great.
That was perfect.
And then Slimer. Slimer has to be in it. And
Slimer was terrible.
And he no, but when he gets in the car, it's bad. But when he pops out of the hot dog, because that's the when you see him, he's eating hot dogs. Yeah. That's great. Like, you gotta have Slimer.
You see Susan Sarandon's?
Dumb. Why is she in it? Bill Murray's dumb. Dan Aykroyd's dumb. Like, all of these are dumb. Oh, funny fact. Did you know that Harold Ramis passed away a few years ago, but his son is singing in that rock band. That's the lead singer. That's Harold Ramis' son.
Oh,
so some really cool, stuff for him. And at the very beginning, when there's a bus of Harold Ramis when they're at the college in the very beginning. So there's some really cool stuff to that. But again, I think the problem with this movie is there's just the references are too often and too on the nose. Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I think of the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars Force Awakens. It's like, you don't have to say, oh, that piece of junk. Like, everybody knows. Like, and if they don't know.
She said garbage.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like, that piece of garbage. You know what I mean? But she wasn't like, the Millennium Falcon that you remember from the original movies. Like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And they kind of do that. Like, I'm Bill Murray. I'm the guy that's gonna debunk everything. And I was like, God, like, why does it have to be Bill Murray? And
I like how he gets thrown out a window, but like nothing ever happens. He's like, oh, okay, his cameo's done.
Right, and that's why it's just so superfluous and it's so on the nose, and it's like, he said it. It's like, oh, come on, man.
I ain't afraid of no ghost, drives away.
Yeah, it's just so, I don't go up to Chinatown because I ain't afraid of no ghost. Like, it's so dumb. Like, it's a dumb use of something that could be interesting. It reminds me of like the Stan Lee stuff. But the thing with Stan Lee is it's crossed over to like, it's dumb to like, we know it's going to be in here and it's going to be dumb and it's kind of funny. Like, how
it's so quick too.
Yeah, like, how dumb can you make it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's where but this never crosses that. It's called the deep, what is that? The shark movie.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea line. You got to cross that line and then it's funny. So, for me, I think it's a great movie. I enjoyed the action sequences. I think it fits that perfect window of comedy, action, and horror. Honestly, there's some pretty stuff that, I don't know, it doesn't lean on that as much as it could, but I think there are moments where I was like, what'd you think of the bad guy?
It was just kind of weird. I didn't really get it. Like, I get it, like, he's trying to bring about
the end of the world and bring like a...
Kind of, but like, why? What was his motivations? He was just a creepy guy.
He just hates the world. One of the lines I love is she's like...
And like, when she's like, oh, come here, you virgin, all this, I'm like, do we really... Is this really the stereotype we're doing for this?
Yeah. No, I know. I just like the part when McKinnon or Holtzman says, it's bad when the smart ones go evil or something like that. It's like, that's cool. Like, I like those kind of the dialogue. But I thought the end scene was the only thing. I loved the big ghost. I liked it. Pick a form and, just like the original movies. Then they shoot him in the dick.
They shot him in the dick.
And I was like, this is stupid.
Is that where we're aiming? Yeah. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like I said, there's some moments where it's like cringeworthy, and all they had to do was shoot him in the hand.
I said shoots ghost in dick to end him. Really?
Yeah, no, I agree. Can
I talk, David?
Yeah, there's a lot of product placement. H&M.
Product placement is ridiculous.
Papa John's, but that's every movie now. Every big.
No, I know, and that sucks. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that. Like I said, I mentioned Leslie Jones. I can't stand her.
I liked her.
I guess that's just her shtick. She screams every line.
I love her. I thought she was great in it.
Annoying. It got to the point where it was very annoying. All funny moments from the trailer, which sucks. I said Kate McKinnon weird on screen, but that's her bit. I thought she was fantastic. But the third act of the movie where you're battling those ghosts, there's no tension. Like, there's no tension in the movie. There's no damsel in distress. I guess the city maybe, but there's no...
I love the line.
There's no tension.
Don't be the mayor from Jaws. Don't you call me the mayor.
That was funny.
There's some great moments. Like I said,
there was a weird editing, like in that scene where Kristen Wiig is like grabbing onto the table. She's like sweaty, right?
Yeah.
And then cut to Andy Garcia, cut back, and her shirt's more sweaty.
Yeah.
Cut back to her again. Shirt's not sweaty. It was like editing kind of weird, which should have been caught in the editing booth. But I said the humor was great. Chris Hemsworth steals the movie. All of his bits were hilarious. Kevin.
I thought some of it was too often. Like I thought it was.
Stuff toward the end was kind of weird.
Yeah, but the
beginning where he's like, "Oh, I removed my glasses because they kept getting dirty, so of course I removed it."
Yeah.
Or he's like, "Oh, I can't hear," and he grabs it. He holds his eyes.
So loud.
Yeah, like hilarious.
But it reminds
you know, an aquarium is a submarine for fish, right? Like awesome. All those bits, and he's pretty funny, and we've seen him be funny in like Thor and stuff too. Yeah. So that's. But the biggest things for me, like I said, the chemistry was off on the 4 people, which is really disappointing. But maybe the sequel, which there's a notable sequel. Did you see the end credit scene?
Did you say Zool?
Yeah,
that's great.
So there's going to be a sequel. Their chemistry will be better. So I'm holding on to that. Stop screaming, Leslie Jones. As long as they keep her volume down a little bit in the sequel, then that's fine. It's just I don't know. Maybe there was just more cringe in this movie for me.
There definitely is moments where you could learn, and it feels kind of like, oh, well, we asked Ozzy to come down here and to be in the movie. We should put him in. You know what I mean? It's like, and like, oh, we have all the original people. But I think hopefully it does well enough, and I think it will do well enough. I think it's gotten, I think the positive, not completely fully positive, but positive-ish reviews will help it out. So
I was surprised by the Rotten Tomatoes score after seeing the trailer. I thought it was going to be a worse movie. Right. It just, for me, it wasn't my cup of tea. But I give a thumbs up to Independence Day Resurgence, so take my review with a grain of salt. Go see the movie if you like Ghostbusters. I'm just not the biggest Ghostbusters fan, so maybe that's my disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Sarah loved it, though.
See?
She thought it was a good movie.
I thought it was a good movie. Okay. Now that we got through the new one, in our good old stuff, we're going to talk about the old one, the 1984 classic.